Greetings, Darklings. From across the interweb, it is once again I, the Duchess Precious Ken, and we are very excited to have you for another edition of the Sounds and Shadows podcast. I have with me a fellow Sounds and Shadows member, Katy.
What up?
Today, we're going to do something a little bit different and special. We have a video premiere for collaboration, but mainly of the Blue Hour. And we have Blue Hour with us here, Brian and Marcel. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I love that name, Marcel. I got it? Okay, perfect. Greetings, you two. Welcome. Say hi.
Yeah, hi, thanks for having us.
Why don't we start out a little bit? Tell me about how this project came to be. And you guys, I always love seeing this. We have a few that we've talked to, but are a married couple doing music together, which to me is just a beautiful thing. And I think really adds another dimension to music. So tell me about how you found each other and decided to put this project together.
Well, how we found each other actually goes back, 30
Yeah, tell
years?
me the meet cute. I want to hear the meet cute.
Well, this is going to be a tag team story. So I'll start and then she'll tag me out. We met when I was 15 years old in Seattle. Back in the, Seattle, we had a street called Broadway where it was just the scene. That was when, goth was exploding, the new wave scene was exploding in the mid 80s. And we met each other. She was 16, I was 15. We were each other's first love. We actually moved out onto the streets together.
I came to Seattle from Roundup, Montana. Main Street is 6 blocks long. Nobody wears anything different or looks different or anything like that, right? So I come up to see my friend Kristen because we had lived in Washington when I was a kid, and my best friend was in Seattle, and I came up to see her and get off the bus, and her hair is like intense and like just huge, and she's wearing this beautiful silk smoking jacket and, just gorgeous. And she was super goth and just like decked out, and it was beautiful. And I was just like jaw dropped in my moderate baggy jeans and just like, oh my God. And she looks at me and I look at her and she says, "We're going to burn your clothes and take you to go get your hair cut." So that's what she did. And we went off.
History.
She grabbed her mom's scooter and took us over to Broadway, which was, it was the Ave. Took us over to the Ave, which is University Avenue, right by University of Washington. So we go over there and she takes me down there and we meet a bunch of people. We go to the dance clubs, to Scoochie's in the Monastery. She takes me to see all these people and we wreck the scooter and her mom kicks me out. And I tell my parents, I'm like, there's no way I'm coming back to Roundup after seeing all this. So I ended up on the streets. But there was a huge scene at that time on the streets of kids our age. I mean, there was, it was like a thing for parents to kick their kids out.
Yeah,
So,
and there were squats everywhere in Seattle.
Yeah, you could just live in abandoned houses and buildings and whatnot. So that's how we met each other, was hanging out on the wall, street kids and punks and
squats and dance clubs.
Yeah, so
This is the most punk rock meet cute ever. I fucking love this. Okay.
But it was better than punk because it was glamorous. This was like, the New Romantics were in, and goth was just on the rise, and oh my goodness, did I have the hair back then.
he did.
Yeah.
Everything was sparkly and lots of jewelry and tons of silk and velvet and
and we may have slept in clusters of abandoned homes, but my goodness, were we a good looking bunch of hobos.
It was a fun tribe. And it's cool because a lot of us are still friends. If you check out my Facebook page, the picture behind it is a big group of street kids, of all of us, and I'm in the middle with some friends. So
that's how we met.
Did you remain together since you were like 15,
No.
16?
No, we were together for about a year, but we were living in squats, and then at one point Marcel got really sick, and there was a couple that took her into their house to bring her back to health, and we were meeting up, at a predetermined location every week.
I wasn't allowed to have anybody there at all. Otherwise, I couldn't stay there. But I was really sick. I needed to stay there.
Terrible. I was a terrible person, and I couldn't come in off the.
He never was a terrible person. He just tried to look like he
I
was.
just tried. Anyway, she didn't show up one day. And, back then, this was the 80s, no cell phones, nothing like that, no computers. We lost each other. We never broke up. We just lost each other.
And I also ended up going home because I was so sick. I ended up going home for a few weeks. Then literally, if you are gone from the streets for a few weeks, everybody migrates to different parts of town. And everyone migrated while I was gone. I couldn't find anybody when I got home. So I was pretty much alone on the streets at that point. And he was gone. I couldn't find anybody. So that sucked.
Yeah. Then 28 years later, fast forward, internet advances, this and that. Well, I get a message on Facebook saying, "Do you remember me?" And I was like, yes, I do. And, from that moment on, we went out to coffee. There was no, no intentions or anything. We just wanted to know. I mean, a lot of people didn't make it off the streets. A lot of people got into some bad stuff. But, we went out to coffee, and immediately every emotion that had been there when we were kids was still there, and we just couldn't be apart. So then we got back together. And from an artistic side, I know, totally. But from
this is such a beautiful story.
The Blue Hour was always wanting. I've got an okay voice, but she's, like you said, like a Lisa Gerrard type. And I always felt like this, when you write music, you get kind of chord locked. Like if you're writing a progression, your vocal always follows the progression. To hand it off to somebody who doesn't care about pre-chorus, chorus, structure, anything. I mean, listen to this song, and it's hysterical because she makes up her own structures.
They're always like, it's like this. It's A, B, A, B, A, B, A. And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
She's like, okay.
It's what it tells me it wants to be, okay?
Anyway, she elevated the music because I had pretty much put the Blue Hour on ice after I did a bunch of early albums and was working with the current 93 crowd, trying to do music in that sort of, I used to be called romantic neo-folk because I avoided all of the politics and all of the darkness and
yes, there is a lot of bad with them.
I know, it's a shame because it's such a beautiful way of delivering. I was more on the Martin Bates and Gowan Ring side, but this made it 3D and gives me so much more freedom in writing music.
We listened to the same music growing up, obviously. We were influenced by basically the same bands and listening to the same stuff throughout.
Christian Death, Soft Cell,
Nina Hagen,
Nina
Hagen, Lena Lovitch, The Cure. I mean, it was just like
Nick Cave.
Yeah, we had a lot of loves between the two of us, and so I think that our influences really spoke to each other because they were really the same. Very the same. And so when he started, we were actually just going to show my daughter how to write a song.
Yeah, that's how the Blue Hour started up again, was that song, One More Mystery, we wrote in almost like a week, but it was just meant to show her daughter how to write a song and how to record a song.
Yeah. I went to the Art Institute for music video business when I was in my 20s. So, I knew that aspect of it as well, the music video business type stuff. But, so we were just trying to give her that pointer, and in the song we were like, wow, this turned out really good. And then we shared it with people. And then I was doing this weird, I get on Smule to sing. And
the karaoke program.
Yeah, right. So I was on Smule, and I decided to play around with Kyoto Song because I love Kyoto Song, and I did this really multi-layered version of it, and we decided to do it ourselves. And then Kyoto Song came out, and and we love that one. That turned out really cool too.
Yeah.
And it just kept on rolling like that. We just kept doing and kept growing, and then we just kind of got the bug, and it just was so fulfilling to do that as an art form for both of us, because he has you know, he has such a voice musically.
And
then,
I love mixing. I'm one of the few people out there who will say this. I love to mix.
and he's so good at it, just like putting things in like such perfect order for your ears so that you just feel like everything's just so expansive. And you know, he's got such talent, and it just spoke to me. His music just spoke to me, so I would just write music to it. And so it's been good. You're like
Yeah, the Blue Hour is our relationship, visiting people.
This video, though, another thing I kind of wanted to talk about is very much a collaboration. You guys had some other people doing it with you, one of which is Michael Lewis of Shadow Assembly. And Marcel and I, we both were on the last Shadow Assembly album together. We both got to do a song, so that was really exciting. Tell me a little bit about, for this video premiere, who else is doing part of the music and working on it, and who's present there so we can give a shout out to them.
Yeah, you know, this was, I can't remember what came first with the Shadow Assembly collaboration, whether Marcel was...
I was starting on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was like in the heart of the first lockdown. I decided just to focus, rather than focus on the world, to just focus on writing more tracks. And so I just threw it out there. Anyone want to collaborate? You know, as we were all just feeling our way through when we thought that the lockdown was only going to be a couple of months, not a couple of years. So I threw it out there, and Michael jumped on it immediately. Michael from Shadow Assembly, but also Barry Galvin, Christian Death, Mephisto Waltz, jumped on it as well.
That's a huge person to bring in and have on your project, so that's really exciting.
It is, and I've always loved his work, both within Christian Death. I loved the albums that he played on.
Christian Death,
yeah, Christian Death goes to my heart. And Mephisto Waltz. I mean, he's just got such a unique guitar style.
So good. Yeah, so we were excited by it.
Yeah, this is a creature of the pandemic, this song.
And actually, it took a while for me to get to it because I've been working on some other collaborations of my own with Peter Newton. I have an album going there, so I was really busy on that. And so I didn't get to the song for a while, but I loved it. I thought it was so cool. And then finally, we got to a point where I was done with my part of the album, and started working on the song, and it flowed really quickly to me. I just felt like that song came to me. We have a forest behind us, and it's sort of the trees talking. The tree, because they've been my constant friends and my bandmates, because that when I write to a forest, and they sort of sway and speak to me, and I feel like, I don't know, little spirits come out of it and whisper in my ear.
It's for real.
Yeah.
Our neighbors all know her because she wanders around with her headphones in, singing to the trees.
Yeah, I sing a lot. I sing a lot outside around our neighborhood.
I think that's awesome. And I'll tell you, I mean, with this video, that's one of the things that struck me right away, is the spirituality of it. There really is this sense of connection with nature in this song, and not just the song, the way that links up with the video and how you've done it. I love that you're kind of talking about that. I also get this really cool from your voice, Marcel, vibe of, I don't know, like a Lisa Giroux, or, you know, but it just has that great kind of beautiful, breathy blend to it. And I feel like that's so cool when you have a collaboration of other people in music together, and you have a voice like that kind of sits perfectly on the top of everything. You know, I think that's something that, you don't see every day. And so tell me a little bit in general. I was just blown away, struck by this video, and I heard you're the one who kind of is the mastermind behind doing that. How did you put this video together, and how do I get one for Amaranth?
Oh, funny. Well, I would totally. I'm actually loving doing them. It's about my 7th one. And I've just been, you know, I love 12th. Okay,
Yeah,
12th. But I've been, you know, I've always dabbled in different types of arts. I love to paint, I love to sculpt, I love to do different things, but I've always been frustrated that I can't get that 3D image out that's in my head when I'm doing things, you know, and that visual and that that layering. And really the video, once I started doing video, I just have been having so much fun with it. Each video, I keep learning more and more about the program, getting better at it. But it's like I can finally get some of the things that I see when I'm singing or when I'm trying to create the music or trying to create that feeling in the music that I want the listener to have. I'm able to get that out with the video a little bit better than I would be with a canvas, you know. So it's been really fun. I'm really enjoying it. So I would totally do an Aaron video for you.
I'm gonna hit you up on that later. Again, though, I think to your point, this video, one of the really cool things is a lot of times now videos are a big part of the game, right? I mean, you have to have that for YouTube and promotion, but it's not always that you see one that syncs up so well to me, the song matching the video. And I think that goes a long way towards you were an active part of writing the song, and then you were an active part of putting the video together with that. And I think that goes a long way to just this cohesion in it to create a beautiful vision.
I write the vocals, and then I write all the video myself on iPad, on Video Leap. It's awesome. It's actually a really fun program. You get to layer on it. You can do so much with it. It's really creative, and it's so funny because you can just like go through, you can get some video footage and something can just spark you, and then it just takes off, and you just run with it. But I mean, it's just something that's coming out right now in me that I'm really excited about, and I'm excited to do more, actually. So I'd love to do your video for you. Actually, it'd be fun.
I told you, just ask her after. Yeah.
Well, it's good to practice too. It'll only make me better at it. So.
When you approached the video, did you have a pretty good idea of what you were going to be doing before you started, or did it really just kind of come together in like a collage type of way?
No, as I was saying before, I really feel very connected to the trees out back. We have a big birch forest and the wetlands behind us, and I'm really connected to them. And because I love nature, I'm a big nature girl. But as I was writing it, I just really felt like it was the trees and in their story. And so I really wanted to take that from the musical standpoint and try to portray it in a video standpoint as well, so that people could kind of get that vibe, not just auditorily, but with video and with visuals, and just give them that experience, the full experience.
And from my perspective, because I'm watching her edit, and I saw early edits, it's a process of discovery. It's like she's using this program that allows for like really deep layering and effects and stuff like that to sort of discover what it is that she's trying to say, because this is very different from early drafts.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a process. The bubbles going through and throughout the video, kind of, encapsulating that,
Each moment,
trying to bring that through as sort of like the line going through was the bubbles, just because I like that continuity, that sense of continuity there. But so that helped me to transition, and but it takes a bit of doing it, and then all this stuff just starts being uncovered, and you get excited by things, you giggle a lot of giggling. Ooh,
that's our key cue when I'm producing music. If I giggle, it means I've hit something really good. If she giggles while she's on the video program,
then I learned a new trick.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an exciting process for sure.
I love hearing you guys talk about it in this way, because it makes me feel like, Conan O'Brien or Jay Leno or something, where I'm like, so we're setting up the clip here. Why don't you walk us through what's happening in this scene? And get to hear you guys describe it.
What program are you using?
Video Leap.
Oh, Video Leap? Dude, I've like wondered how deep you can actually go with that program, and that's really cool.
I'm gonna check it out and see how deep I can go.
I mean, I thought for sure that it was like almost like green screens and stuff. The visuals in your video are like astounding and they're so vivid. When Brian said earlier that you had edited it all on an iPad, I was like, what app is it? I need to know.
It does do green screen because, and this is the crazy thing that I've watched in her evolution of video producing, is, you know, with lockdown and everything, we're really stuck. We don't have great sets or scenes or places that we can go video. That was done in our guest bedroom in front of a purple wall. So she's able to green screen it, and she has another video coming out soon with Shadow Assembly that was filmed in our bathroom.
In our bathroom.
And you would never get the hint that this was, a tiny enclosed space, because it's so spacious.
It's going to be so awesome. You're going to love it.
I'm excited. We might shoot one of those coming up, because Amaranth has a new song out that really all takes place in a bathroom. So it would be even more appropriate.
Nice.
Got to get those 808 sounds, right?
Well, I sent the video to Michael just a couple days ago, so I think it's going to be released, he said,
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks,
yeah.
Oh, we just put a little shout out, but yeah, so it's going to be really fun.
Well, I'm excited for that, and I'm really excited leading up here. We've been doing a couple of these now, and to have this video premiere where you guys got a chance to set the scene and set the stage for what we're going to see. How about we roll the brand new premiere video of Blue Hour, and the song is called Cold and Bare, which I love too. It just gets that cool vibe. Yeehaw.
Thank you.
Wow. Amazing video, amazing song. I love the continuity of how it goes together, and it really just kind of like those early cold wave bands, you know, your Dead Can Dance and a little Cockatoo Twins. And I just love the ethereal, spiritual nature of both and how they come together. That was absolutely astounding. I really look forward to what you guys are doing in the future. Do you have any parting words that you want to give to your fans and followers here?
Oh, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm so glad you got what I was trying to convey, Ken. Thank you both for the interview and getting that out there to people. Our little baby can fly now.
And just thank you. Much more coming. Much
Yes,
more.
more coming, more
Yeah.
on the way, and we're excited about all the new stuff coming out. I mean, that's one thing that lockdown has done, is really made us just really dive into art. So it's beautiful in that way.
Well, this has been Sounds and Shadows. Please like and subscribe. We really have more good content. If you have a video that you'd like us to do a release for in a brief interview, hit us up. We're not hard to know. Let us know, and maybe we can get one set up for you. Everybody out there, keep it dark, yeah.